Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another video for Fear the Walking Dead, and this one will be doing our video predictions for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 5. Alright, and definitely want to do our weekly video predictions for what we think is going to happen in next week's episode of Fear after an awesome ending for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 4. So from the promo video and the sneak peek, of which I'll put the links to both in the description for you guys below, we actually get to see that this episode looks to be focused on Althea, which is good because we've all been basically wondering where Althea is, if she's been taken by the helicopter community already, if she's in the same location. At the end of episode 4, we see the helicopter taking off. So is she on the helicopter? Is she taken against her will? Has she escaped? Where is she? And will we see her after this episode in Fear continuing? Or will she actually lose and end up being captured and taken to the place where Rick is, and we won't see her until the movies? Which has kind of been the ongoing sort of discussion as we've been having as of late for this half season for Fear, among many others, right? So the description for this episode, the episode is called The End of Everything, and the description reads, Althea chases a story with dogged determination, putting the mission and her life in danger. So, this is kind of fun. It's not as simple as Althea just wanting to escape, because of course we know she has this obsession with trying to get everybody's story. So for her to be the one who's captured, it's not so easy for her to just kind of escape. When she finds out they have a helicopter, when she finds out these are soldiers, she wants to get that information. She wants to get the story, which at this point, I mean, before she was a journalist, so it was kind of part of her career. But now it's sort of like, even though career doesn't really matter at this point, you know, it's not like people have to go out and earn money and, you know, live in regular society. After the zombie apocalypse, you know, it's more about surviving and just doing what you can, because mostly everybody's gone, is dead and zombified at this point. So it's kind of funny that she's kind of continued with that, and she's almost developed this obsession that maybe is detrimental to her own well-being. That she's got to get this, she's got to get the story, she's got to get the information. But I like it because it's totally within character for her to be somebody that even when she's captured, she's not just going to try to escape right away. She's going to try to get all the information she can before she leaves, and putting herself in harm's way, like it says here in the description. And we can see that in the promo video. The episode name is strange, The End of Everything. Maybe the end of everything for her. I'm not sure. We'll see, man. So you start off the promo, and you've got Althea leaving the camera behind with clues for the others, most likely, as they're trying to find her, right? She says, I don't know how much longer I can stay here, but I'm going to give you as much as I can. So as much of the details as she can about the group who took her and where she is exactly. Then Althea says, just tell me what you're doing out here, where you're from. And then we have some different clips of her kind of going through some different trials and tribulations, climbing, rock climbing, one part, with walkers somehow there. I don't know. It's kind of cool. That's something we certainly have not seen before. Rock climbing with zombies, so that's different, right? Her in the helicopter, she's trying to radio in the sneak peek, Morgan and Alycia, and then some lady, one of the Commonwealth soldiers or one of the helicopter group soldiers, comes out and points a gun at her and tells her to get out. So it's kind of a funny sort of situation where she's in harm's way like crazy, and she won't just leave when she's given the opportunity, because she's got to get the information. She's got this just obsession with having to get the info. She can't just leave the story, and because they have a helicopter and all this other stuff, she's got to know as much as she can. So how much of the story will she get will be useful to us, because basically whatever's revealed in episode 5 will give us more information about the group that took Rick, what they're up to, whatever this lady or the Commonwealth soldiers, whatever information they divulge to or they give her, she'll be able to go ahead and take that, and we'll get the information. We'll get to be able to kind of understand somewhat the helicopter group is doing. We have our predictions that they're taking people, doing experiments on them, trying to crack the zombie code for maybe a cure or something of the sort, and that's kind of our idea of what we think is happening. And hopefully in this episode we'll get to see some more details about that to be continued in 2020 in The Walking Dead's first movie. So it's really good stuff. I'm looking forward to this episode. It doesn't look like we're probably going to get much in the way of progress from Morgan and Alycia and them, or Dwight and John and June, or the other. We have a lot of different groups here, right? Or Daniel, who's left now, and Strand and the others, where they're stranded, they're separated from the rest of the group here. So we've got everybody kind of spread out here, but I tend to think this episode is probably going to focus mostly on Althea. Hopefully we'll get some answers, and then maybe with some part here, Morgan and Alicia's group, and the orphans maybe, somehow either figuring out that she's gone and she was in the helicopter and she's been taken, maybe finding something of hers of value to her, camera or something left on the ground where the helicopter took off, or maybe she has fought her way out and somehow managed to escape. And we'll have to see. It'd be cool if they could commandeer the helicopter and use that to get back to Strand and to the others. But I tend to think that's probably not going to happen. So, which one am I predicting? Is Althea going to be taken and brought to the movies with Rick, or is she going to stay in Fear? This one's a really tough one. Some people pointed out in the trailer it looks like she's reunited with Morgan at some point here. I'll have to watch the trailer back for this season. So maybe that's the prediction we should go with, is she'll probably escape and stay in Fear. But at the same time, I do like seeing Althea. I think she's an interesting character and she's fun to have in the show. So I would like to see her back in Fear. But at the same time, it could also be cool to see her cross over into the movies and give Fear representation in the Walking Dead movie. Because, of course, the Walking Dead movie has Rick and Jadis and maybe Heath from the original series, but it doesn't have any representation from Fear the Walking Dead. And if Althea was a crossover character from Fear to the movie, I do think that could be really cool for Fear and could help, substantiate Fear a little bit more. So either way, there's pros and cons to both. It'd be cool to see her stay because I like the character. I think she's fun. But it'd also be cool to see her cross over into the movies to give that representation to Fear the Walking Dead in the Walking Dead movie. And it'd be interesting to see her with some scenes with Rick. And she knows Morgan, obviously, so there's some similarities there as well, too. She could, have a conversation with Rick about Morgan or something, maybe. So, good stuff. Let me know what you guys think will happen here. That's the best I can do for predictions for this episode. It should be a pretty good one. I don't think it's going to be as good as episode 4, but I think it should be pretty decent because it's going to give us more information about the Rick movies, which some people may be even more interested in getting that information than they are to watch the characters of Fear. So let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments below, and if you like this video, leave a question below for the Q&As for this week. Thumb up the video, share, favorite it, and subscribe at the bottom left if you're new. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.